in time and frozen in my mind. And when I call out your name, you are there to remind me of blame. I perforate the skin that holds us near. I'll pull you, push you. It's great to meet you, dear. When I leave a part of me. Oh, that part, I hope that you believe. Now I might ask you one last favor. Try to embrace those better parts of me. No, it might be hard with all that shitty behavior. And I don't believe in miracles. So with every kiss, I hope you're getting two. In every lie, I hope you hear some truth. And when I call out your name, it's okay to not feel the same. I perforate the skin that holds us near. I'll pull you, push you. It's great to meet you, dear. When I leave a part of me. Oh, that part, I hope that you believe.
Because if it's that type of swamp situation, you're gonna want to, and you have nothing else, you're gonna want to Aquanet your sack. It happens. Hi, everybody. Tonight, we are. Is a great introduction for this beer, by the way. Tonight we are drinking Fragile Like a Bomb, which is a great IPA that was brewed by 8 different breweries. Actually, the women that work in these 8 different breweries, just some kick-ass ladies that brew this beer. They did one last year. This is the one this year. It's guava and orange blossom IPA. I haven't had it yet. I'm sure it's delicious. Proceeds for this beer go to Vibes and the Benefit Empowerment LI, and both of those organizations are incredible organizations. Vibes especially, they work with a lot of domestic violence cases, battered women. It's just a really good cause. So tonight we are going to be drinking Fragile Like a Bomb that you can get at multiple locations, different breweries out east. I got mine from Long Island. I heard that Uber Geek just put some on. Go out, purchase this. Thank you to Long Island for letting me have some. Kev, want to start this thing off?
Actually, throw it to Jim for a second.
Oh yeah,
Jim.
no worries. Just talking about, giving support to local breweries and local charities and everything. That's a great freaking thing. And it's great that we also get a lot of shout outs from other shows here on Govs Radio. Rich and Jeff Bossi over at No Rhyme, No Reason, and also Knock 'em Dead Comedy. Thanks for shouting us out and just knowing that we show the love and we hear you.
Kev.
In 5, 4, 3, 2. Mind your business, lady.
So
look at it like this. You put a little lotion in there. And
don't forget, folks,
little lotion.
Tomorrow, govsradio.com, 11 a.m.
The lotion.
Sally, Tony, Knock 'em Dead Comedy with superstar in-house special weekly guest Andy Plagenos.
Got to make it bigger for me.
And tomorrow night, 9 o'clock, Films on Tap.
Yes, love
with
them.
your man crush, who?
Kevin Scott.
Kevin Scott,
Yes.
Jeff's man crush.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Tim Saliani and Carla Okerson.
Oh, yeah.
And who else? Jim.
Oh, yeah.
And
James Trappin.
and yeah. Go ahead.
yeah.
Go ahead. You got this. Anyway, Films on Tap. Yeah, it's not as creepy as Jeff made it sound. 9 o'clock every Friday.
Trying to hold back this feeling
govsradio.com and browse and check out all the great shows. If you're not, you're a fool. And
Do you want to get in on this?
we're going to go now.
Hello and welcome to Films on Tap, broadcasting live on Friday nights from 9 to 10:30 right here on govsradio.com. Or search for Govs Radio using the Boxcast app on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device. Music for our shows is from our featured band Playing Dead. Search for them on Spotify to listen to their entire catalog and check them out on Facebook to see their upcoming shows. Links to Playing Dead and more can always be found on our website, filmsontappodcast.com. Get even more by subscribing to Films on Tap with Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram for additional content. So grab a drink and settle in for tonight's show with Tim Saliani, Carla Oberson, Kevin Scott, and Jim Trappin. And as always, the host of our show, Chris. Cheers.
Hello and welcome to the Films on Tap podcast on Govs Radio. Tonight, we will be discussing several topics. We're going to do a couple reviews, some movies relatively recent, including What Lies Below, Boss Level on Hulu, and I'll throw a little shout out to Nobody in there if we get a chance. We're also going to talk about QAnon, Into the Storm, and celebrate badass women in film history. As is usual with us, we're late. We forgot about the women, and so we need to fix that and do a little celebration there. So good slate of topics tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and I'm excited to chatter about all of it.
Tim's been waiting for this one.
Yeah, well, really quickly, Jim, bravo on the that was very, very funny.
Jeff Bozzi tagged us on at the end of that show, and I ended up coming across that clip, and I'm like, holy shit. I got to put this out there.
Yeah.
Phrasing.
Yeah. I have a pounding erection. Was he the guy with the puppet or the other one? Yeah, he was the puppet. He was the guy with the
Got me a sock.
Hey, Jeff.
Enough times like that, and it's doing its own thing either way. Yeah. So, do we want to do QAnon first, or do we want to really start with the lighter subjects? Oh, that wasn't a comedy? I thought that was a comedy.
I don't know what that was.
Let's get the fuck into it then.
Ooh.
I still love the guy with the flippers. He's the best.
You mean cute potato?
Cute potato. Good old Fred.
He's
Guys,
the cutest.
Q Into the Storm is the bringing to light something that Tim has been shouting about for the past 2 years, but, you know, it took an HBO special to finally get the point across.
He shouts a lot, though, and to be fair, nobody really listens because he
That is
shouts
true.
so much. That is true. I fucking literally am Abe Simpson. Old man yells at cloud. Yes.
Except Tim's been yelling about something that has affected such a large majority of this country with the most unbelievable fucking unreal that this has become such a massive thing and beholden to a certain section of the country that it's tearing us apart.
You know, the thing about it is that fucking people didn't listen to a woman named Linda Ellerby growing up, and don't fucking check their sources. Like, nobody checks it. We just believe any horse shit thrown in front of our fucking faces. All right. And as people that like are rational and normal and, very suspect of shit like this, we have to cater to the fucking dunces that walk among us because there's plenty of them. It's absolutely ridiculous. And you're right, Chris. This whole fucking thing sitting there for 6 episodes of this, I was just like, you're fucking kidding me. The conclusion is, and I'm going to spoil it for you people because I don't fucking care at this point. Q is a fucking kid on the spectrum pretty much. Whose father is I don't know whether he has fucking brain trauma, but he's definitely not all there. And
It's
it just happens.
it's racism.
Wait,
He's got supple breasts, by the way.
wait.
They
Has
are-
anybody else noticed that in today's episode, Tim's face is kind of in the shape of a Q?
Wait a second. Hold on a minute. I see he's got one little beard out of place. And there it is. One little hair. There's the Q. He's got the circle around here. And then
I see what you did there, Tim Saliani. You're trying to throw us off the path of Q.
I'm deflecting. I've been deflecting for 2 years.
from the dark into the light, Tim.
Yeah.
The fact that, as you called him, Chris, Flipper,
Penguin Jr.
which what's his name again? I forget.
Fred.
Fred. Right, of
yeah.
course, Fred. Jesus, how do I forget that? Chris, that's how I forget that. The fact that this guy started this this site probably to look at fucked up porn, I'm guessing, because that's
the amount the shit that's on that's those sites in the brief like glimpses that they flash up on screen is fucking horrifying.
dude, it's the cesspool of the world.
Oh my
Like, it
god,
is-
it's disgusting how it reveals just the sickness of so many fucking people.
You think the backslash categories on Reddit are bad? 4chan was worse. 8chan was a fucking disaster. And this documentary is basically about the guys who created that site with, the pretense of free speech for everybody and anonymous posting. So that all this crazy bullshit that's been posted on this website that was basically served in the Philippines, correct?
Yeah,
Because their laws somewhat allowed this versus...
I mean, let's face it, most of the Rush Limbaugh crowd has spent time in the Philippines doing God knows what to very young people.
Also Thailand.
with a
Thailand
briefcase full
with
of
a
pills.
briefcase full of Oxy. Tim, by the way, I looked down and I looked up and it looks like it looks like that's your giant arm.
There was a Rick and Morty episode done after me. It was
Yeah. Sorry, it was funny.
I'll do. No, hold on. This one, because that one looks like the right one.
Jesus Christ.
I mean, you're right though. Like if 4chan is like scores, then 8chan is like Peepo World, right? For those of you who used to frequent.
I
places
don't
like
get those
that.
references.
I assume it's
and then the fact that you had
Boy.
somebody who clearly, I don't know whether he was just amongst Agent Orange when he was in Nam, or whatever the case may be, but something fucked him up, and he ended up having a kid, and the kid wasn't dumb like he is. The kid is like incredibly smart.
a sociopath.
And dangerously a sociopath. 100%.
Holy fuck.
And the fact that he had the wherewithal to do this and understand that there is a huge segment of the population that is just susceptible to believe anything, so long as you tell them that they're pretty and right and they know more than everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
And it's fucking insane.
When you
It is
have-
an insane story.
When you have the mindset that the people inside your website or around the world are in your little ant farm, and you can just do whatever the fuck you want and poke the stick and fuck around all day long and shake that tree with zero consequence, it's amazing what this kid was able to accomplish. You know, anonymously posting such cryptic shit that it created such a fan base that people started following it religiously and almost fanatically. Forget almost. Those posts were followed fanatically.
Yeah, and I know we're going to be talking about like badass women in film and celebrating Women's History Month or later, but the just this idea of sort of the armchair soccer mom who's suddenly a detective who knows more than everyone else on the planet and really knows the truth is fucking absurd and so fucking annoying. Like the amount of fucking people that I saw on my Facebook feed, talking about how real Pizzagate was. It's unbelievable.
White people be whiting.
Jesus
I mean, you
Christ.
go to that where it was the Save Our Children hashtag, which you have the thing that's it's obviously something that no one's gonna be like, oh, that's a horrible thing to be for, because obviously you're gonna want to protect children, but then we don't ever, whether it's the church, every let's say Republican guy who came out against certain people, but then turns out to be a predator themselves. Gun violence. We don't really save children that much, but we like to pat ourselves on the back about bullshit.
Yeah.
And then it snowballs into this thing where Jim referred to it as a certain segment of America. It's America. We're pretty fucked.
Fair enough.
We're pretty fucked because we're very susceptible to bullshit. We don't question things. We already have built-in division and anger amongst for every fucking thing you think of. And then you have a large bubble where someone's telling you the things that you believe are definitely true, and the other person on the other side is your enemy and trying to take your country away from you.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking insane.
And in the forum of 8chan and that free speech anonymous posting shit, it's amazing that those algorithms, and they even go into the amount of tech that goes into funneling that information. You've heard it before. Facebook, you mention one thing on Facebook and all of a sudden you see advertisements for it all over the place. Right. It's just instantly geared to feed you what you want. Mm-hmm. And when they were able to figure out how to connect these people together based on their similar interests and funnel everybody down to this one spot and be able to target them, they listened.
Yo, the look of confusion on that migrated Boston couple down to Florida when there was no red tsunami and the Democrats took over the House, and they were like, there's got to be some other meaning.
He's got to have a fucking plan. There's got to be some sort of fucking plan in play,
Oh my God. Those two. Jesus. The whole crew. Oh my God. Everybody.
Donald John Trump would not fuck us like this. I assure you.
I mean, he might pay for it afterwards.
He pointed at me and he winked and he gave me the cute. Oh, for fuck's sake.
That's the thing. And the thing that made it even worse is the fact that for the past year, we've all pretty much locked ourselves in a little bubble. And the only thing that you had was the fact that we have the internet. So we have social media. That was the way of connecting. Right. And because everybody's connecting, you're going to get a fuck ton of different ideas. And when an idea so insane comes along, everybody just Scooby-Doo's like, and they start fucking paying attention to it. It gains steam. And then you get other people who think, oh, you know what? A lot of people talking about this. Maybe it's fucking right. And then you hear the president of the United States mention it or retweet it. And it's like, well, he's my fucking president. Of course he knows what the fuck.
And then people got elected.
Yeah.
Based off of that platform.
Yeah. And then I got kicked off of Twitter for fucking calling them lunk-headed bitches.
That's not.
So
I saw that. To die. It's because you can't.
To be fair, it was Newt Gingrich I told to die, and
I
was already
wait a couple
on
of years,
his
dude.
way.
You know, I mean, the man literally.
Oh no, that was Rush. My bad.
The man literally made
his
wife sign divorce papers as she was dying of cancer in bed, just so he can run away with the girl he was having an affair with.
Played the game, not the player.
Well,
I mean, that's kind of like a her thing, because she really could have been like, "Fuck you, I'm not signing shit."
Not really. If your liver's failing or you're really sick, you'll sign anything.
No,
you gotta sign the actual name.
But you don't have to. You could actually be like, actually, I want him banned from this room, put that in your juice box and suck it. I'm not giving you a divorce.
He
But not if
probably
you're
put
not
it
with it though.
He probably put it under a fake copy of fucking, a DNR.
Right.
And it's like, listen, sign this. Yep.
It's like Last Crusade. It's a
The
rubbing.
fucking pile of shit. But I blame him for this. Like, obviously, you can go way back. You can go back to the beginning of this country. Honestly, if you want to fucking start really taking a look at shit. But I blame him for current day civil discourse. There is none, and he started it. He started it with the Clinton shit and made Rush Limbaugh a name by fucking coining the term feminazi. And like all these media types, even on the left, understand now what kind of informational warfare you can fucking use on people. And it's exhausting because the people that use it are pretty fucking dumb and really run by greed. So they're not that bright. But somebody will come along that will be smart enough to really turn this country fascist. I don't know what to tell you. And it won't be Fred.
I'm
the flipper
sorry.
guy.
You're talking about in the future?
Well,
Yeah, it's
I'm
sort of
banking on
already
Tuesday.
happened.
I mean, we're starting. It's
Dude, I don't want to like get serious for a second, but I just watched a video of a 13-year-old kid get shot in the chest,
yeah.
and then had a list to read. People going, "Well, he had a gun, he deserved." Like, motherfucker, did you watch it? If we can't be honest about the most obvious of things, we're gone. We're so fucking past the norm. It is disturbing. It's painful. And it's terrifying.
Even the police incident prior
Rittenhouse
to
had
that.
a fucking machine
Dude.
gun and had just killed people, and he walked right up to them, and they didn't even fucking like tackle him.
And he gets donations, man.
I don't want to
He
fucking
really did.
hear it.
He literally walked right up and said, "Boys, you're gonna want to do a classic pincer move to go around the outside of the and they were like, "Oh, thanks for the fucking tip."
Yeah, thanks, Kyle.
But more interestingly is the same people who are like, well, he had a gun. These are the people who when they're like, we're going to promote gun control, they're like, no, we need our guns. But when they have guns, it's not a problem. But when someone else has a gun, that's a death sentence.
If you have brown skin, you're a threat.
Yeah.
That's the difference in that.
So but that's what I'm saying. It's like it's the ultimate hypocrisy. It's like we believe in the right to bear arms.
I mean,
as long as you're white.
What's not hypocrisy these days?
Everything
is.
I think I hate Q or QAnon so much for making the fucking moron that sat in the back of your earth science class a political fucking major.
Yeah.
Right? That is what I fucking blame them for the most.
Yeah.
All right? We have too
Dude
many
didn't even know what an igneous rock was.
Honest to God. Cirrus Stratus, I want to own that guitar one day.
Right. Couldn't figure out longitude and latitude, but he's fucking...
Couldn't figure out the combination to his fucking locker. And now all of a sudden he's fucking cracked the Da Vinci Code. It's insanity.
Oh, how many people believe that was true, by the way?
Yes.
Well,
that's the same group of people, I guess.
It's insane. And you're right. It's soccer moms, but it's men too.
It's everybody.
But it's these people. It's these people that watch these fucking.
You're a football mom, Carla.
Investigative discovery shows and try to figure out murders and murder mysteries, and they're just all into that shit. That think they're decoding something that's actually real because the president's fucking tweeting about it.
Well, thank you for saying decoding. Like, this whole thing started off as a LARP. It was a live action role playing game.
And is there anything more nerdy on the planet than that?
Absolutely not. But
I can attest. No.
In theory, I'm sure at first it was exciting.
No, but
it's okay. I'm just talking. You're trying to figure shit out, and then all of a sudden it snowballs into the. I guess it was Ron was the first person to most likely take over that account with Jim's help and whatever the fuck it was, and you watched it where. And Tim, you were talking about this for a while, and I caught on to a little bit. I didn't know the whole story. Now knowing it and going back and thinking about shit, it's more terrifying than anything else. It is still very interesting that this doesn't actually happen, but it's really terrifying that we watched crazy fucking people take over. We have this thing where we let the dumbest of us and the most corrupt of us fucking rule everything. And we just sit there and go, oh, well, what are you going to do about it? And it's nothing. We talk. We say, yeah, this is fucked up. But what can we really do about it?
Well, that's the mentality in the end, and nothing does get done about it.
Nothing ever gets done about it.
No.
Should we have gun control laws? I think I believe the majority of the country says yes. And it's not and gun control is not about taking your guns away. This is the thing where we talk about we put out dumb information that takes away from the actual fucking issue.
Yep.
No one wants to take your fucking guns away. You can still jack off to your AR-15, where the fuck you have. That's great. We just think maybe we should have fucking background checks. Maybe kids shouldn't be able to get guns. You know, the sad thing about the 13-year-old kid, yeah, he shouldn't have a gun in the fucking first place. But things escalated from that point to where he's been murdered. Like, he wasn't shot by a cop. He was fucking murdered on video that we all fucking saw.
And by the way, possessing a weapon or being a criminal is not a death sentence.
It
shouldn't. It is, but it shouldn't be. The police are not judge, fucking jury, and executioner. The idea that it automatically means that they're just free to shoot people is utterly ridiculous, false, illegal. It's murder.
Well, unless they thought they were having a taser. So, I mean, it happens.
And again, it goes back to there's an argument taking place because the fucking moron that sat in the back of the classroom has a fucking bully pulpit and a voice. And that muddies the fucking waters for rational people who can objectively look at that and say, yeah, that's fucked. Because you have fucking Joe Meathead like, no, but wait a minute, the Second Amendment, and it's exhausting. And QAnon and the past, like I said, from Newt Gingrich on, has just turned our country into political tribalism, and we're never going to get anything accomplished ever again. We're only going to devolve even more. It's amazing. And we get worse and worse. Our generation is the fucking worst. You think your grandparents, you expect them to be dumb. We should know better.
No, but who raised us?
We did. We raised ourselves.
And then who educated us? Yeah, TV did.
Yeah.
We're all fucked. I mean, and we can talk all the shit we want to about Republicans. Democrats are fucking spineless pieces of shit too.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking full stop on that one. I obviously vote Democrat because, you know, I'm black. But they've let me down so many fucking times. It's embarrassing. Biden, I hope for the best for him. I don't really expect it. I voted against somebody as opposed to voting for him. But at some point, they've got to have, and I think we need to start first with anyone over the age of like 65 probably shouldn't be in power. If you were able to buy a movie ticket for 35 cents in your lifetime, you got to get out.
Can we change that to anyone over the age of 65 and Ted Cruz? Not allowed to run.
I mean, how the fuck he still gets elected? That shit.
Texas.
Yeah, Texas. Come on. It's its own fucking planet over there.
When your own kind hates you.
Yeah.
But this, back to the documentary.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's really, really, you know, I think well put together, well constructed, dives deep.
Yes.
And so it's very compelling, even though it takes like a bunch of different side roads to ultimately get, you know, where it ends up.
Yeah.
But it was entertaining, I guess. You know, and which is good because for, you know, not everybody's going to be interested in this kind of material or might be sort of half interested. And, you know, I think it did a good job of pulling you in and being compelling. And then when you start to like see some of the crazy shit, you're like, what? It was very well done.
Yeah, the 6 episodes feel like they could stand alone on their own. They all kind of, like you said, follow their own story, but still chronologically introduced, showed, and, you know, fairly, I guess, maybe hopefully concluded this story of what Q is. I don't think it's dead, but hopefully enough people see just how fucking insane, stupid,
some of
and
these
sheepish.
bozos will think like Trump injected himself into the kid and he's like a reincarnation.
There's going to be...
The
huge problem
Ghostbusters
with
2 situation? I didn't know that.
the huge problem with conspiracy theories is that as soon as you show someone evidence that they're wrong, you become a part of this conspiracy theory.
Oh yeah.
So like it doesn't matter. They could the most fervent believer could watch all 6 episodes, see the Vice series, read articles.
Which
Doesn't
was
matter.
also good.
And
Yes,
this
it
was
was.
this
And
was
they'll still be
perpetrated by
like-
the people trying to hide it.
Yeah, they're like, no, this is bullshit. This is bullshit. The storm's coming.
It's
Like,
right.
well, it's now the
It's-
5th date, motherfucker. Like, what
It's
are you,
the deep state controlling this documentary. That's
It's
believing.
That's cognitive dissonance.
Yeah,
They
it's-
just
it's-
Yes.
there is nothing you could
literally-
say that will make them change what they already know to be true. It's just impossible. The opposite of Occam's razor.
Yeah.
Hey,
That's
maybe
I'm
fucking
still trying to
crazy.
figure out what.
I was saying maybe just show them the V miniseries. And that's what this whole fucking thing came from in the first place. The whole lizard people, eating people and drinking the blood and shit.
Yep.
Like it
I
was
still
cool
think
in the
Robert
80s.
Englund is.
It was cool in the 80s, but like motherfucker, like this is what we're going with now.
Yeah.
As this is what's happening in the world kind of bullshit. Like we're fucking nuts.
Shape-shifting lizard people. My favorite thing ever, speaking of lizard people, is one time Louis C.K. was on Obie and Anthony, and they were interviewing Donald Rumsfeld. And when they would throw a question to Louis, he would say, Secretary Rumsfeld, can you confirm whether you are or not a lizard person? And he wouldn't answer. He danced around the question.
That was some beautiful radio.
It's unreal. It's unreal.
How did Mark Singer not have a bigger career? The guy was in V. He was the Beastmaster.
Because he was in V, because he was in Beastmaster.
Yo, that Beastmaster shit scared me as a kid.
Yeah, the witches in the beginning.
Yep.
Some creepy shit.
Anyway,
Rip
you
Torn.
should check this documentary out. It's a docuseries, 6 parts. Really very interesting shit. Will get you enraged that your neighbor that's been touting it for the past fucking 2 years turned out to be exactly what you thought he was, a fucking lunkheaded idiot.
And you will fall in love with the flight of a potato person from the Philippines trying to escape before persecution.
Yeah.
Episode 5 is fun.
Shout out to Fred Frankenstein for making that monster and then trying to put it down. Do we want to talk about boss level now?
Yes.
Can we please?
Let's cleanse the palate.
I need to not be angry at something.
Go get it.
Yeah.
Hulu.
Yes, Hulu.
Yeah.
And thanks to Sam for like taking the plunge on this one, because I was like, I don't know, it's got Mel.
Right.
I've liked Frank Grillo in things, but is he really like a leading man? I've seen 4 movies in the last 8 months about repeating the same day over and over again. Is this really going to be anything that's worth my time? I realized it was like an hour and 35 minutes, which for a movie like this, okay, cool. That's perfect. And then he said, yeah, it's awesome. So I was like, all right, cool. I'll give it a chance. And it's just so much fun. The basic premise of the Groundhog Day type movies. But this adds a little bit of a video game spin to it. Grillo is a supremely charismatic character in this.
Yes.
He's a genuine badass. Like, you believe that guy can kill a whole bunch of people by himself. Carried the whole movie. Like, he carried that. Like,
he is the movie. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All the extemporaneous characters are great for who they are. But he carried the movie. He's fucking incredible. Incredible.
Yeah. I love like the interaction of all the characters in the diner.
Yes.
And I love that, like a video game, you keep seeing the same sort of things up to certain points until he figures out, how do I get to the next level? How do I get to the next step? You've seen variations of that, obviously, in Happy Death Day. There's different versions of her getting killed for her to try to figure out who the killer is. But with this one, it was very much like, I've got to beat this board I've got to play this board 7 times before I figure out all the little nuances. And then once I've got those mastered, now I'll take the next level and play that a bunch of times until I figure it out. It was very, very fun. Nonstop action. I mean, the movie just starts and doesn't let up the entire time.
And it's funny.
It is very funny.
The only problem I think I had with it at all was I had to see Gronkowski a couple of times.
Yeah, you're right.
So,
and we were both like, when we were watching, we're like, that's Gronk, isn't it? And then we checked IMDb. I'm like, yeah, that is that.
Of course it is.
Yeah.
I mean, you get anybody who looks that dumb and drooling on themselves. I mean, stop.
Yeah.
Of course it is.
I mean, not really.
Hey, you can't knock the 24/7 champion of WWE from WrestleMania. He's got a Hollywood career now.
Facts.
That's how it all starts.
Listen, the guy's
Dude
got
won another Super Bowl.
rings upon
Yeah, he
rings.
kind of did, didn't he?
Honestly, that's how good Tom Brady is. That, like, he
Is that true though?
Yeah.
Or is that just how bad
the fact that Edelman could be in the Hall of Fame because that's how good Tom Brady is that he's such a fucking Hall of Fame quarterback that he made somebody who's essentially Wayne Corbett a Hall of Famer.
He dropped that pass against the Giants, though.
That is true.
Remember that one time? God damn.
Either way, this movie was awesome. Carla, did you watch this?
Yeah.
Didn't. Sorry, guys.
Carl, it's a lot of fun. It really is fun. Like Kevin said, it is very funny. It's action packed. There's lots of like just ridiculous, like sort of like over the top violence.
I'm super bummed I didn't see it because I didn't know anything about it, and I actually really enjoy every single version of Groundhog's Day movie. Like I loved Happy Death Day. I loved all of those. I'm like, oh man.
No, Carl, like I just like Chris said, when I first heard it, I was like, nah, I can pass this. But then I people started talking about it. I saw it on Hulu. I was like, fuck, let's try it. And within 10 minutes, like, yeah, this is fucking great. I'm fully in. And it is an hour and a half. It feels like fucking 40 minutes. Great fucking time. You still check it out.
Love the assassins, each one of them.
Yes. The girl I kept saying, I am whatever, and I have done this was great.
Yeah, it was she ran or something like that, and I have done this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hysterical.
She ran.
Something. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
But, I think, Carla, you would love this for multiple reasons. Frank Grillo is a absolute badass. And I think I'd
Sexy,
bang him
too.
in this movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like he looked good in the Purge movies, but here, shit.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah. I mean, the dude's pretty ripped and he's got great hair.
Dude,
And he's
come
shirtless
on.
half the movie. So,
Fuck yeah, he is. Yes, he is. Back pussy wet.
Kevin's self-lubricating.
Goddamn right, percolator, motherfucker. But sir, this was a just fucking excitement, absolute excitement. And let's go into the other thing about Mel Gibson. I think we know the history. I miss being able to like him, and there's been a couple things he's been in where I'm like, yo, I fucking just wish the world was different because I still like this. I like what he does. He's a great actor. Horrible fucking human being.
Yeah.
Great actor. This is yet another time. It's like, man, couldn't you just not, be anti-Semitic? Can you just be a better person?
Could you not be insane? The thing about Gibson is, and why he's perfect in this, is that he's like acid. Small doses are okay. Like small doses are good.
Yeah.
And he's great when he especially this movie. Loved him.
I also think he's capitalizing on the fact that most people are finding it hard to root for him still. And so he's playing a lot more villain roles.
Expendables 3 was the first thing he did. Yeah.
Yeah. Like Mel at his prime would never be the heel or the bad guy. And now it's almost exclusively what he does. In Dragged Across Concrete, he was a dirty cop. Even in what's it called? The Santa Claus movie, he's a fat man. He's rough around the edges. So I think he's basically just saying, hey, look, I'm never going to be lovable again. So I might as well be hateable.
I mean, if Lethal Weapon 5 is really happening, I don't know what you do.
It's
I'm
not.
watching the
It's
shit out
not.
Of course,
on,
I'm watching. Everyone's watching it, but
it's not on his IMDb. If it was there, it's
Really?
gone. So
Huh. Interesting. Okay.
yeah, and he's got
Well, I mean,
post production and pre production on a lot of other things.
Why would they do another? Like, leave Danny
Money,
Glover
come
alone.
on.
Well, yeah, I
leave
mean,
Danny alone.
and 4 was like him becoming an older man and like acknowledging that he's not Riggs really anymore, and that
Yeah, but Michael Myers came back twice after 20 years.
true.
I'm just saying.
Dude was 70, breaking people's teeth out of their head.
Walk with a fucking cane.
Didn't happen. I don't know. This
So-
he's good in this.
He's and a companion piece to this, and I just watched it tonight, is Nobody. It just came out on demand. It was in the theater for the last 3 or 4 weeks. It's Bob Odenkirk,
right? Yeah.
from Breaking Bad and Better Call Saul, and it's basically it's kind of like a John Wickish, but he's an everyman who has a past, and it's funny. It's brutal. It's a little more like realistic in the sense that he's not a superhero right out of the gate. It like takes him a while to get into things, but you root for him like crazy. And there was a bunch of like holy shit or fuck yeah type moments when I was watching that movie. It's super violent, funny, action packed, doesn't stop from the beginning. And he is super charismatic and super likable in this. I had an absolute blast with it, and it's up there with Boss Level as like the most entertaining movie I've seen so far this year. It was so fucking good.
It's played straight. Like it
It is.
like
Yeah.
I'm very. I didn't realize that. Okay.
And he sells it. I mean, he
Huh.
sells it. You believe it, and that's what makes it so great. Is he's an everyman type character, but he has an edge to him that comes out, and it's totally believable.
And it's violent, right?
Oh yeah, yeah,
And
It is-
it's funny
and it's funny.
on a
mean,
scale
Like
of
not like
one-
laugh out loud funny, but there's some good like funny moments in it.
So like on a scale of 1 to anybody seen Richie, like how would you rate it funny? Like
Now, because
Is it like
anybody
that?
seen Richie is like we laugh at it, we're not laughing with it.
okay.
Speak for yourself.
But,
Anybody know why you did Bobby Lupo?
You got him. There it is. He's done.
Bobby Lupo. Those Seagal running videos where his arms are spaghetti was the best.
I really want to do a Seagal retrospective show.
Yes.
Like
We have to do that. Well, we talked about
Holy sure.
lining
Holy
up,
sure.
the best period of movies and actors' careers against each other. We talked briefly about it last week.
Yeah.
Seagal's got a run that rivals most. But yeah, I definitely want to do the Pauly Shore retrospective. Because it's he deserves it. I mean, but his films deserve a retrospective.
His greatest moment was
Carried
getting.
Stephen Baldwin.
Yeah.
But you guys will. I know you're gonna really like this movie.
Like nobody.
Yeah, nobody. It's awesome.
And
And
I
it is,
love
it's
him
a-
since Mr. Show, so I'm definitely
Yeah.
ready to see it. Yeah.
It's a good companion piece to Boss Level, just in the sense that they're super short, really exciting, fun action, entertaining action movies.
Where was Nobody? Where did you?
So you can pay for it through like
But you did.
Amazon Cinema because like it's out in the theaters and you can watch it at home. So you could do that.
$19.99.
You could do that.
You could do that.
You could do that.
'Cause I'm sure what all of us
It's
will-
available.
Everyone who's seen it has done.
It's available in media outlets.
That's true.
Right. You go to the movies and see it still.
Yes. All right. So the last thing I think we were gonna, before we got into the female characters, who watched What Lies Below? Really?
Ooh.
Yo, and this is the thing that I wanted to say to Kevin, because like I was drinking that day. And
as is the ultimate preface for any bad decision.
And I started to get more and more drunk, but I couldn't tell. Like, the movie is batshit insane, but by the end, I was like, is it because I'm really drunk, or did nothing
really
get
bad.
resolved and I'm really mad?
the ending. We'll fucking spoilers. Or...
I don't know. I mean,
no. I really do want people to watch. I really want people to watch this.
Are you recommending it?
Yes, for the experience of watching this.
It's a fucking uncomfortably weird movie.
That's a great way of putting it. I guess about 2 weeks ago or something, this blew up on Twitter.
Are you recommending it?
I fucking I was reading shit and I was like, okay, I realized it was gonna be like one of those viral things, like fucking I need to watch this. And you're sitting there, you're like, okay, this is just a poorly made movie at first.
And it was in the top 10. Like when you told me about it, it was in the top 10 on Netflix.
It's a big hit. Shit. It's a huge fucking hit. And you're watching, you're like, all right, this is strange. And then you're getting into it a little bit in the story, and like
Nina Suvari is a lead actress in this movie.
We'll get into that in a second. But fucking I'm watching, like I'm trying to start figuring out. Unfortunately, my problem is that I end up figuring out a lot of shit way too soon, and then I'm just waiting for that to happen. So I'm not really enjoying the movie. However, I'm fully on board with this fucking just train wreck, batshit crazy shit. I'm like, there's no way in hell this is what it is. I was right. I have no fucking idea how I was right. And when the twists and turns come, you go, okay, was this purposely made simply to go viral? Was that like the whole idea that they were like, marketing's gonna get behind this, we're gonna push it down on social media? This is not a good movie. There's no way in hell it's the fucking good movie, but it's the most entertaining shit.
Okay. So here's a question: are you calling this out to be more along the lines of what happened with The Room? That they weren't, that they're going under the guise of intending it to be bad, to be popular?
I would put,
because no one's ever going to be able to duplicate.
No, they actually put effort into this.
There's effort in there. There's a budget. There's, it's not great acting.
So did
but
Tommy Wiseau. So
sure, true.
He didn't have Mina Suvari in an extreme close-up, needing Dr. Zizmore.
That fucking Carla in the beginning.
Yeah.
The director did not like either actress. We'll just put it that way. They look completely awful, but it's there is enough of an actual movie for it to be justified, I guess, but it clearly was, we just want to shock people and get them talking and go, what the fuck? But as Chris says, you get to the end and it's not just ambiguous. It's just anticlimactic.
It doesn't make sense.
There's like a split second fucking reaction where you can go, okay, I get it, but at the same time, I was like, I just watched this entire fucking movie for that.
Right.
It's
right.
But I do recommend it because oh my god, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Because every 10, 12 minutes, you're just like, what the fuck? What?
Yes. I really want to talk about it, but I don't want to talk about it. But there are things that characters do, considering their relationship, is like that would never happen in real world. But it just keeps going, and you're just like, this is just fucking ridiculous. It's like a kid wrote it, and it was like they made this movie on a dare. I don't fucking know. It is the greatest fucking thing ever.
The red hand part is just, you're like, what,
dude? I thought you too. I thought everybody had seen this when I messaged everybody today about the he licked her.
Yeah.
In the dumbest scene I've ever watched. First of all, what he's supposed to be like this big marine biologist and everything. He's got a fucking inner tube for a goddamn raft. he's paddling out there.
I don't get that person, but that's the thing that got you.
Right.
Ran out of grant money.
I get lost in the details. Okay, I get lost in the details. What can I tell you?
Ran out of grant money. There was a shark.
Why is he wearing swimmies?
Why is he dry? That's fucking amazing.
Yep.
I really wish you
watch this movie. Just
I really did.
Watch this movie. We'll circle back later, but watch this.
It's on Netflix. It's not going to cost you anything.
Nope.
No.
Just your time.
Right.
Right.
But even then, up and like for the first, what is it? Like an hour and a half, Kev? Hour 40. It's not quite
it might
2
be
hours.
hour 40 or something. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say an hour and a half of this, you are fully like immersed at how bizarre and ridiculous it is. And then by the end, you're like, fuck, that ending, that really was the ending.
Yeah.
But it was well worth the ride. I was texting you. I'm like, what the fuck am I watching?
I
Because
couldn't believe it.
you were like, watch this movie. But you were great because you didn't give any details or say why you were saying that. You were just like, watch this movie. And so I'm like, I said this is really good. We got to watch this.
I'm looking at the
going, what the fuck?
I'm looking at the cast on IMDb, and this kid named Danny Corbo, who is only credited as 10-year-old boy, is higher up in the credits than Mina Suvari in this movie.
There's a 10-year-old boy in the movie?
Danny Corbo is the 10-year-old boy.
Don't remember. Okay.
I don't remember that either.
Higher credits than Mina Suvari.
I really don't fucking remember that.
I mean, poor Mina Suvari.
Was there like a flashback scene, maybe? I don't remember.
Oh, in the
Watch the
beginning.
movie.
Oh, wait a minute. In the beginning,
Oh,
the kid with the camera
picture
phone. Yeah, that takes the
yeah.
picture down her shirt.
while she's
Yeah.
reading the book.
Holy
on the
shit.
bench.
Wow.
Yeah.
He did. That
Okay.
was better acting than Mina Suvari.
Facts.
That is true.
Oh my god. Oh,
The plastic bag in American Beauty did a better job than Mina Suvari.
dude.
Metacritic rated it higher.
Oh my goodness.
Please, will you guys watch this?
Yeah,
Yes.
it's absolutely worth it. Yeah, it's worth it. It is.
I already paid for it, apparently, so.
It's such a strange sell. Like I'm gonna probably, when I log off, I'll probably watch it tonight. This is a really strange.
This is a good like cuddle up by yourself and watch it on the couch. So
I was going to say, is this going to...
fuck, man?
Is this going to ruin my marriage? Is this going to be another movie where my wife looks at me and like, why did you make me watch this?
No. Unfortunately, this is one of those movies where it's like you'll understand exactly where we're coming from once you see it.
Yeah.
You're going to hate it, but you're going to understand exactly.
What did
gotta
what
watch
did you
this is
have?
not a
Deb,
marriage ruiner.
what did we make Deb watch, or what was the
The
that you made-
documentary.
Zachary.
The
Dear
Dead
Zachary.
Oh,
Yeah.
dear Zachary, yes.
Because I saw it, and I was like, you should watch this. But I gotta go.
Dick.
How do you make
that
her
is-
watch that alone?
That is fucked up.
Oops.
Wow.
I told Tara about one scene from a Serbian film, and she didn't talk to me for 3 days.
Oh, no, I
She's like, I told you I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. And then I said it, and she was like, fuck you. And she didn't talk to me for days.
After I saw
Was
that,
it the
I
last scene?
actively sought
No,
to
it
make
wasn't
sure
the
that
last
she
scene.
never saw or even decided to think to watch that movie.
Yeah. Either way.
That shit was on YouTube for a long fucking time.
Yeah.
That's how I got it.
Yep, I feel it.
Yeah.
Oi.
All right. So,
So that-
watch that tonight.
Yes. What
I fully-
Lies Below is it's such an interesting shit show. Like it's
You lie when you look up and to the left, right?
I'm trying to figure out how to describe it.
It's fucked.
Yeah. Like I texted Kevin at least 4 times going, wait, what?
And I knew each part you were at. While you were fucking
Yep.
Amazing.
so fucked.
Amazing.
What lies below?
All right. You want to get into the topic of the night?
We should.
All right. Let's do this.
And now,
Carla.
what brought this up?
Well,
It's beer.
the IPA.
Yes.
Yes.
There you go.
Because why else would you guys think about strong women in movies unless a fucking beer told you to?
Yeah. There
Lesbian
would need to
videos
be
I watch all the time.
there
Yeah.
would need to be a reason.
You know, stop. It's I supported 2 girls, 1 cup. What happens?
I like pegging. Yo, some strong bitch. I'm just saying, whatever. Keep going.
Evan Lightbright Scott.
That
like-
took me a second.
I like, you know, Carly, we can't be forgiven too much because originally us thinking about doing this, we were like, you know what we should do? Let's just make this a bracket and have, you know, strong, you know, good-willed and amazing strong women just fight each other in a fucking face-off tournament style. And
I
thought,
know.
Yeah.
maybe
I
not.
voted for Jello wrestling, but I got shot down.
I had the graphics all ready to go, but
I know.
DM me,
I know you guys,
please.
your heart was there. Your heart was there.
In my heart and other than.
Number one was the women wrestling John Candy in stripes.
Oh, that really is such a like a 2/3 of a great movie.
No,
Yes.
no, no. Okay, I get that. I completely agree with you on that. However, it's still a great fucking movie.
It is.
But I get it.
Yeah.
This-
You know,
yeah,
like it's
I
one of
get
those
it.
things where like the first 2/3 are incredible and the last 5 minutes are incredible. But
Yeah.
that whole detour into Russia or wherever the fuck they were, it was like, all right.
Yeah. I mean, Spies Like Us is the better movie, in my opinion. But I do love
I-
Stripes.
I love Spies Like Us. I'll second that. I'll second that.
But
I'll
women?
second that.
Better duo.
Oh right, yeah.
Chevy Chase,
So,
Dan Aykroyd.
yeah. So, Carla, do you want to start us off on this? I mean, it's kind of hokey to
As
do, I
the
guess,
woman?
ladies first. But
I get to do all the black shit, so go for it, love.
that's true. That's true. I handle fat questions. So.
I feel like you guys should jump in. Like my idea of who I think would be strong women, strong characters in movies are necessarily going to be different than yours. It's going to be, because I'm going to throw in a bunch of Disney characters that you guys are going to roll your eyes at.
No.
They're characters.
No, that was
Yeah.
that was the route that I
They're
was eventually
written-
going to go.
I think we're all going to agree on Sigourney Weaver and Alien, right?
Wait, for Disney characters, did you mean the ones that fall in love with the men within 3 hours?
No, I think Nani. I don't think anybody talks about how incredible, an incredibly strong character she is. She's 19 years old, raising her young sibling and working in Lilo and Stitch. And then
Yeah.
she's dealing with this fucking alien that she adopts for her little sister. But the whole time she's holding down a job, she's like raising this kid, and she's only 19 years old herself. And
Government's knocking at their door.
No OnlyFans.
their little sister. How about Esmeralda?
It was only 96, you know. So
Hunchback of Notre Dame, Fa Mulan, taking on the fucking liberating all of China from the Huns. Elle Woods. getting
Elwood's
into
okay.
Harvard
That's
on a
something I
whim.
recognize.
Getting into Harvard on a whim.
I
because she-
noticed that you left out Merida.
The fuck?
All right, what about her? She's fucking 13 years old.
What, Merida?
Yeah, Merida's like
Is
13.
You
that
need-
the
you need-
Scottish one from
Yeah,
Brave?
Yeah, I noticed you left
Oh.
her out. Why? Is because she's white? Is that it?
Oh!
I guess Sigourney Weaver is some color I'm not aware of.
no, a strong woman needs to have a good soul, and gingers don't have souls. Love you, Deb.
That's fair.
Good call.
Ooh, Jim. Ooh.
How about Esmeralda
She
and the
knows.
Hunchback of Notre Dame?
What about her?
What about her? She's fucking.
She's
being
French.
shit by people because she's a gypsy. She's not French. She's a gypsy.
She's in France. She's French.
Everyone in France isn't French.
They call it freedom. Pride.
That's true. Most of them are German too.
I'll take some freedom.
Wow. So, the one that I actually came up with that I was really happy about, Sarah Connor, Terminator 2.
Yep,
Give
she's
me your
French.
tears,
Not.
Gypsy.
I would trade with you.
Dark Fate.
Oh yeah, completely. Sure. Carl Terminator.
I still can't believe that. I still can, to this day, cannot believe that they named him Carl.
Yeah. No. Specifically Terminator 2 for Sarah Connor. I mean, the first one worked out great, but again, you see the overcoming of the psychological trauma, the physical trauma, and then just the hardening that I almost wish we kind of got in between seeing her turn into the character that she was in Terminator 2. That I don't know if they tried to do that in the Sarah Connor Chronicles. I didn't watch it. I kind of didn't care. But
It was a
Was
great
that
TV
supposed
show.
to be?
I would hope so. I mean, or I don't know if that was
the-
supposed to be post T2. I didn't have enough interest to check it out. But again, my interest would have lied in between seeing her go through when she had to exile to the South and learn what she needed to do to survive, what she knew what was coming, to protect the son of her future, to do what she needed to do. Would have been, I think, an amazing character building story, except we got the ultimate version of her in T2. Again, psychological trauma, physical trauma, being strong to save her child and save fucking the world. So just ultimately a badass throughout that film as well. But I would have loved to see what got her to that point. And I think obviously there's better characters to describe that we get to see those journeys. But Sarah Connor is one of those badass female characters that I would definitely hold up there.
I mean,
she's definitely
yeah,
a classic in the sense of not just physical strength, but emotional fortitude, having been what she's been through. I'm a big fan. Sorry, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. The arc of that character from the first to the second movie is pretty awesome.
Yeah, it was more damsel.
Yeah. So I mean, it's I can see why you picked that.
That's why I picked T2 versus, But yeah, figured I'd toss that out there.
What were you gonna say, Chris?
I was just gonna say I've got a pick, and it's kind of off the beaten path, but it represents like a type of, or an archetype of strong female in film, and it's somebody that I went to Matt for as being hot, and you guys kind of poo-pooed it. Glenn Headley in Dirty Rotten Scoundrels.
I was on your side.
You were, Kev. But it's one of those roles where, like, you think that, like, the guys think that they're getting over on the woman,
right?
But then she completely, like, flips it on its side, and she makes out over everybody. And I think, like, that cleverness, but also, like, the intelligence, I guess, to like turn things around and sort of own the situation in those type of movies, it always kind of gets me, because it's like they set it up where she might not be. They don't present the character as the smartest person in the room, but ultimately she absolutely is, and gets over on everybody. And I always find that sort of film archetype of female character compelling.
Well,
gotcha. She's good at faking it and lying. I understand.
Yeah. Well, it's interesting because that coincides.
Not what I meant.
I'm fucking around. I hear you though.
That coincides with kind of one that I thought, and Kev actually even mentioned it, was Margie Gunderson, who
Fargo,
through her folksiness, you get the sense that she's just a hasty. But she's literally the smartest person in the room, and she's playing everybody by that folksiness, using that folksiness to get them to drop their guard and give her information. I think it's a great written character, and that type of strength to know when to be subdued enough that you can get what you want. It's great in a character. So I mean, I agree with the Dirty Rotten Scoundrels choice for sure.
And I'm glad you mentioned just Marge Gunderson, just Frances McDormand. Every fucking character she plays,
right?
She tends to embody that.
Unfortunately, and I think we'll talk about her latest movie next week. It seems like the same character.
Okay,
every single
I haven't
time
watched.
But we'll get to that.
It is starting to be that.
It's in little Jack Nicholson. Mona Lisa Vito.
Oh my goodness!
Marissa Tomei and My Cousin Vinny is fucking fabulous. I remember we all had the thing where she didn't deserve the Oscar, and that whole fucking urban legend. She's fucking amazing. She's absolutely amazing. You were saying before about being the smartest person in the room. She's the heart and soul of that movie. Quite honestly, Joe Pesci is great. I always love Karate Kid, but Marissa Tomei is the star of that movie. And honestly, that courtroom scene where she gives her testimony.
Yeah.
Is there any other character who has a moment like that you instantly recall and go, holy shit, that's a great fucking moment?
Can't disagree.
I'm hostile now. You just wait till we get back to the room.
I think I would say Quentin Jaws, the monologue. Like,
Sure.
she gets no credit, and that scene is so fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's a classic. I mean, you know, that's one of the most rewatchable movies of all time.
And like you said,
And there's
highly
a-
quotable.
Yeah, and
Yes.
and her
Utes.
performance is just incredible.
Mhm.
She's amazing in it because there's the part of you is like, why is she even with this fucking guy? But she clearly loves him, but at the same time, she's kind of checking him and holding him accountable, and you know, and you're right, that scene, she just owns it and owns the courtroom. Everyone else in that courtroom, and that is just like, whoa. They're just completely taken aback, and that's a great call. That is a great call.
Aaron Brockovich.
Yep.
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Aaron Brockovich, I think, is amazing, and kind of along the same lines of somebody who's like, you know, owning their sexuality and still being the smartest person in the room. And the opposite, I'm going to go with Gracie Hart in Miss Congeniality, who actually goes through her own, she has to get rid of her own internalized misogyny to actually realize that it doesn't matter what you look like.
Mm-hmm.
And like, these other women have value, even though they're beautiful. Like, she has to actually undergo this change herself to be like, you know what? It doesn't matter what they look like. They can have value too. It's like, you know, she has to actually get rid of all of her own, you know, preconceived notions of, you know, what women are and aren't. And she gets to that point.
And going back to Aaron for a
Shatner in
second.
that movie?
Huh?
Is William
It's
Shatner in that
yes,
movie?
Congeniality,
Yeah,
yes.
he is, right?
Yes.
Going back to Aaron Brockovich for a moment, Katie Seagal's new show Rebel is basically based on her.
Right.
I
yeah,
haven't
yeah.
seen it yet. I'm dying to see it. Just want to throw that out.
Yep. I was going to mention that too, Kev. She was great as Gemma in Sons. You know, everybody remembers her, I think, from as Peggy Bundy, but she, as the powerful matriarch in that family, in that show, you know, I could absolutely see her, you know, kind of doing the Aaron Brockovich role. And Julia Roberts did a great job. She obviously won an Oscar. That movie, in another lesser director's hands, is very schmaltzy.
It's Lifetime.
And no, exactly. But Soderbergh does a great job of getting the feel good moments in there, but surrounding it with great acting from other actors and a solid story and solid direction. That could have easily just been like a, you know, like a Hoosiers with boobs and law, but it wasn't. And I love Hoosiers, but you know.
It was a step away from Alan McBeal, is what you're saying?
Oh.
Wow.
I saw like a thing on Facebook. Entertainment Weekly did like an Ally McBeal, like, where are they now? And
Where's the dancing baby?
I forgot all of the different people that at one point or another were on that show for at least a several episode arc. It was insane.
I was a Boston
Like-
person. I think you have to choose.
Of course you were. Of course you were.
Another Shatner vehicle. Are you a closet Shatner fan?
I love him, dude.
Who doesn't like Shatner?
I love Shatner.
Let's be real. Come on.
And James Spade was.
I
awesome.
love James Spader too. Yeah.
James Spader. Sorry.
The wife
James
that drowned in his
Spade.
pool.
I combined him with.
Jack Spade was
You
in.
think of the black guy?
Jack Spade was in I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. But
Slade. That was Slade.
It's Slade.
no,
Jesus
Slade.
Christ.
no.
Jack Spade.
But they call him Jack because the KRS-One song
Jack of Spades.
is Jack of Spade.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. My bad. I
The
fucked that up.
BDP song at the end.
Fuck
is-
with you.
It's funny.
Yes.
It's funny.
Yeah, that's what it is. That's yeah. But you know what? Like, why back then did we need a slew of things that took place in Boston as TV shows, and they all were kind of the same shot shit.
Well, I
You know?
mean, it's now Chicago. So
That's true.
True.
Yeah.
That's true.
And New York still. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah,
We got
yes.
like 4 cities. What are you going to do? Sure.
That's true. We got all the Law and Order. That's
Every Law and Order.
Yeah, we do.
all of them.
Speaking of Law and Order, has anyone fucking seen Detective Stabler's ass?
By the way, I'm
No.
not crazy. I'm not crazy. Keenan's name in that movie is Jack Spade.
I know. I was
Okay. All right.
No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Kev, you
sorry.
totally made me like question myself, and I was like, fuck. Did I just literally like misspeak?
Not tonight.
Bernie Casey was John Slade.
Yes.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
Chris was having a fucking like. You
I was
crossed
like,
the
that,
circle.
I'm like, I know his name's Jack Spade.
Was it Coon?
No, I'm not.
No.
Oh.
I can fucking see. Calm down.
It's context.
I don't like that.
With your giant arm and hand.
That's true. I'm very close to slamming whatever's in front of me. Giant. Who else did you guys put on the list? In a bunch of them. Like
Fuck
Kevin,
it.
you named just about everybody.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
SVU,
I also
Mariska
have some
Haggerty.
TV characters on there. Well, yeah, Olivia Benson is the greatest fucking TV character. of all
Talking
time.
Stabler, might as well go with it.
Yeah, that's I always forget. It's like year 20, whatever the fuck it is. The show is still on air. It's still stealing from real life the stories. It's still ridiculous, and it's still entertaining.
Yeah, and they still
I
fuck-
watch marathons of that shit. It's amazing.
I think everyone in America, like, legally is
Yeah.
required to watch at least one marathon a week.
and they
Yeah.
still find a way to not only have her not just come out on top of different situations, but empowering the people that she's trying to help. There's always a message
Yes.
behind what she's doing, and she's a pillar for those standards that should be met. I can't recall a moment where she faltered. You
Well,
know?
there are some episodes where she clearly makes a mistake. It's very, like, strong and stubborn. Like, no, this is the right thing. And by the end of the episode, she's like, oh, yeah, I fucked up.
Right, but she's a great vehicle to learn those mistakes.
But, oh, man, I fucking love Olivia Benson.
Has Mariska Hargitay been in anything other than SVU?
She's been busy.
No, I'm just saying, like, I don't
Honestly,
remember her in anything before or
I'm
other.
sure she's been in stuff.
I
But
feel like
I mean,
I saw her in something. Like,
What's the matter?
I don't remember Pat
She
Sajak
can't do
doing
two
anything
things?
other than Wheel of Fortune.
Ice-T's doing it and winning Grammys. So I mean, come on.
And he's doing
That's
car
right.
insurance commercials.
and something else, like Tide commercial, something.
Listen. I'm waiting for the fucking the general insurance commercial. He's gonna pop.
no, Shaq's got that locked down.
Yeah, he does.
He could barely fit in that Corvette.
True, though.
That's fair.
That's a big motherfucker. Goddamn.
Olivia Benson, though. It's
Can
true.
I-
Yeah.
She's-
I want to know, Kev, because you put Maria from Sesame Street on the list. I need the explanation.
She's awesome.
It's Maria from
I
Sesame
mean, she's
Street.
awesome. Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
what the fuck, man?
Street, are you kidding me?
If you're of a certain age, which I believe we all are, you grew up with Maria.
Yeah.
For a lot of people, she was that one person that we knew from a different race. And you're like, wow, so we're all like human beings. It's crazy. But she had this embodiment of just love.
It was.
I'm not sure what the right word is,
Yeah.
but
you could count on her, like you
Yep.
could count on her in when they had tough discussion type episodes. You could count on her to always demonstrate love to everybody, whether it was a Muppet or a kid on the show. Like she was very, very matronly.
She the one
And-
who discussed death with Big Bird?
Think so.
She was one of
When
the
Mr.
three,
Hooper
yes.
died, right?
When Mr. Hooper died, correct.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was a sad fucking episode, man.
Yeah.
Oof.
Shit, childhood feels. Excuse me.
Yeah.
But yeah. She and obviously, and then you go, she's fucking gorgeous. And I was a kid, and I'm like, wow, she's fuck. It's the total package where she's somebody who, like I said, you grew up at the 80s were a strange fucking time. If you weren't there, I really can't explain it to you guys. I'm sorry. TV was a medium that was reaching a new era, where first it was like you'd have just we're trying to sell you detergent, then we're trying to make you laugh, then we're bringing you serious stuff. And I said with Mr. Hooper dying and just episodes about race or anything like that, it was just a new thing for small children to like learn about the real world. And Maria is one of those things that she was huge in my fucking life. Christ. So yeah, I had to throw on that list.
Yeah, absolutely. That's a great reason and person.
I think along the same lines of like watching somebody grow up, or somebody you grew up with. When you put Leia Organa on that list, right?
Yep.
And I talked about this before, like a while ago, that it was super empowering for, women to see, like you first watch the movie when you're little and you're like, she's a princess and I want to be a princess.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And then like now you're older and you're like, fuck, she was a princess. Now she's a general. I want to be yeah, exactly what I want. That's the trajectory I want. I want to go from princess to general like she did.
Mm-hmm.
And that's badass.
Carrie Fisher was a badass too. She was a straight shooter.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like she was the shit. I love
Postcards from the Edge is amazing.
Well,
Yeah,
even
amazing.
so, like how many movies has she done like ghostwriting for? We don't
Yeah.
know.
Oh, yeah.
We'll never
Right.
fucking know.
Yep.
She was brilliant. She was funny. She had her faults, and she was honest about them and made you laugh about them.
Yep.
That was like, it. And granted, like I guess because obviously once again we're all huge Star Wars fans. Her death was one of those things where you get, especially in the past few years, where it's like seems everyone's dying. You get to those certain moments, like I'll remember where I was when I heard about Michael Jackson. I remember exactly where I was about Carrie Fisher. That shit fucking hurt.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
She
despite
was-
her,
she
and
was a
despite the
special-
characters that you brought to us and embodied amazingly, she was beloved in the industry. Like you
Oh,
said,
Christ,
despite her flaws and just, unknowing to the amount that she actually contributed, beloved in the industry, and of course, Princess Leia Organa of Star Wars. Fucking crazy. Loved.
You mentioned Laurie Strode in the beginning, or no?
She was on the list. I think I might have said, I'm not sure, but yeah, Jamie Lee Curtis. And this is a role that we talk about where it's it could be a damsel distress type very easily, but they made it so that she was actually one of the greatest fucking most powerful female characters ever. You're going up against a little boogeyman.
Yep.
Don't worry about the sequel. We'll talk about that some other time. But in this movie, she is kind of the girl next door. She's kind of the, at first the nerd or the brain, and then she's kind of a little sex appeal. But she is the protector of the kids.
Right.
She
That's the
fucking
thing
stands face to face with this unstoppable monster. It's amazing. I'm so glad that today we recognize her as one of the greats in horror, let alone movies in general. But she still probably doesn't get enough credit that she deserves. I mean, that's kind of a sad thing.
Yeah. And you know what? Jamie Lee in Trading Places is a strong female character as
Hell,
well.
fuck yeah.
She's
Yeah.
part of that plan. She sees an opportunity and she goes after it. She's a strong woman in that movie. And I think I think
Survivor.
that's and it's Jamie Lee. Kind of like how we just said Carrie Fisher was kind of a badass. I think Jamie Lee probably is. And she brings that to a lot of the characters she plays.
Like, watch True Lies, you've never seen it.
Oh yeah.
Oh
That's
yeah.
a great one.
Right there.
Great one.
Great movie.
Absolutely.
And that mixes everything in, like sort of like like you said, like the Laurie Strode nerdy, maybe a little bit reserved. Then you got the sex appeal. Then you got the strength. It's like all rolled into one great role and performance. She's great. I love Jamie Lee Curtis.
And she got a rocking body.
Well, yeah.
She's like 65 now, 70. She still looks fucking great.
She eats that
Yeah,
shit
Activia.
yogurt, gets it all out. Yeah.
Activia.
Activia.
All you gotta do is get that shit yogurt in your system.
And I mean, we could definitely mention a lot of the past decade of Marvel movies have certainly brought a lot of female characters to life, and certainly brought those out for a newer generation of kids, girls, boys, everybody. I think, what was the other one that was actually on here that I saw? It was at the top of the list here. We mentioned Kill Bill before too.
Oh, fuck
You know,
yeah.
We mentioned
The Bride.
Beatrix Kiddo. But yeah, again, that's more again, just will and determination. There was really no. She's a fucking killer, but
Yeah,
again,
but the amount
But a
of
mom.
But a
and
mom.
the amount of abuse she went through to protect A, get revenge, but then when she realizes that she is a mom, like the will to get to and protect her daughter is there. It's definitely, by part 2, it's a much more layered character than it
Yes.
is in part 1.
Mm-hmm.
It is. But
Well, I'll say like Kill Bill 1 and 2. The only movie I probably watch more every year is like The Raid. I'll put on Kill Bill at any time, and it's fucking amazing. My girlfriend fucking loves it. We watched it. I think the last time, maybe 2 weeks ago. We're sitting around Saturday afternoon, like, well, bored as shit. She's like, put Kill Bill on, and put it on. And Uma Thurman is fucking amazing. The entire fucking cast is amazing. Let's put that aside for a second. There's Gerald Hannah. I would love to see that character in a fucking movie standalone. That'd be great. But
it's still to me one of the greatest lines in movie history. I think is "Bitch, you don't have a future." It's honestly, I get fucking chills when she says it. Amazing. I will put on volume 2 any day of the week.
Yeah. You know what though? Because obviously Kill Bill made it very far in our best fights brackets. The bus scene in Nobody is up there.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
Okay, I'll check it out.
I feel like I'm forgetting a whole bunch of
I forget what her actual name was, but Demi Moore and G.I. Jane.
Sure.
Yes. Oh, fuck.
What was her name?
Yeah, we gotta do
Not
that
gonna be able
woman
to
justice.
She was a lieutenant.
Well, not for nothing. Demi Moore in pretty much fucking anything. Like, even though she was technically the villain, I guess.
Jordan
Disclosure, she was
O'Neill.
Thank you.
yes.
O'Neill.
In Disclosure, she was fucking powerful as all fuck. She's one of those actors where I wish we didn't have Hollywood the way it is, where you get aged out and all of a sudden you got to play the mom role or whatever. Demi Moore was a bad motherfucking actress for a long ass time.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, most of the shit she got put into like striptease, for example, was playing over sexuality. We didn't really get to see probably the best of what we could have. And that kind of sucks.
And honestly, I feel like hooking up with Bruce Willis and then ultimately rebounding with Ashton Kutcher was like it hurt her career.
What was that movie with Bruce? I can't fucking remember the name. Fuck. I'm not gonna recall it. It was a decent movie, but it was like one of those weird things, like watching fucking J-Lo and Ben Affleck playing against each other. She had so much goddamn talent, and it sucks that she's pretty much forgotten.
A decent proposal. Amazing.
That's a great movie.
Yeah.
Fucked up story, but it's a great movie.
Yep. She was even in One Crazy Summer really early on.
Oh,
right.
That unfortunately, because of Better Off Dead, One Crazy Summer doesn't get as much respect as it
I
should.
love it.
That's a great fucking movie. Bobcat
It's so
Goldthwait
great.
alone and Godzilla, but it's such a great fucking.
The twins always bugged me out.
Yeah. Nothing But Trouble.
Right, Nothing But Trouble.
Yeah.
Digital Underground, Tupac.
The Tupac Shakur vehicle.
Yeah.
Vehicle.
But really,
poetic
is Ghost her the height for Demi Moore? Is that
I think striptease was the
Wait,
height.
was she in Under Siege?
no?
No.
That was from Baywatch.
Erica
Oh,
She was
Eleniak.
in A Few Good
Erica
Men.
Eleniak.
That's
She was in A Few Good Men though.
Few Good Men is a great
Few Good
fucking
Men.
movie too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Under Siege is better.
I feel like she was.
Oh,
great
stop
in A
it.
Few Good Men.
Yeah.
What's
She
that?
wasn't
Yeah.
great in A Few Good Men. She was kind of.
Well, I think it's
Her
kind of
character
how her
is a
character
little
was
annoying.
written wasn't.
Yeah.
Because unfortunately, it's Hollywood.
Yeah,
She's a woman. She's not really given an actual role.
Yeah, after General Hospital, it was St. Elmo's Fire, One Crazy Summer, The Seventh Sign, We're No Angels, and then you're looking at, she was in a Tales from the Crypt episode, and then Ghost.
Fuck yeah.
Right, who was she on General Hospital?
One of the
Jackie.
nurses. Yeah. I'm guessing. It's a great fucking show. Fuck all of y'all.
Nobody said it wasn't, Kev.
Thank you.
It wakes up every morning. You're gonna have yourself a Quartermain type of day.
Love me some.
He's
brother.
going. Oh my God, her and The Rock.
There. Or in the Rock.
Well,
The
yeah.
movie The Rock, not Dwayne.
Yes,
Johnson.
yes.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Just clearing it up a little bit.
Yep.
We all went there. Who the? Are we puttering out of? I mean,
I'll throw Claire Huxtable is a great TV character.
Mhm.
Who? Claire Huxtable.
Yes, Claire
Felicia
Huxtable.
Rashad.
She was dealing with a lot, unbeknownst.
He was
to
dealing with a
her,
whole lot of
too.
shit. Barbecue
oh, you
sauce.
got to try his barbecue
Yeah.
sauce. I had it before we got
Yo,
married.
dude,
He
can
had
you
those
stop giving
stir-
hints?
He had those
Oh.
stirrups down in the basement. The fact that he was an OBGYN.
Dude,
Come on.
Spanish fly. Come on.
Oh my goodness.
You're kind of guilty.
Yeah.
You dead-eyed motherfucker. But Felicia Rashad was as much as we gave respect to Bill as being the America's dad in the 80s, she was America's mom.
Yeah.
And she was a fucking
Absolutely.
bad, beautiful, smart, a fucking lawyer, took care of the kids, didn't take shit from anybody. That was one of the first positive, strong black female characters I've ever fucking seen.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we still don't have that many. So
Yep.
I give it up to Felicia.
Yeah.
Fuck Bill Cosby.
Well, you put what's her face, Gillian Anderson from the X-Files on there too, didn't you?
Dana
Yeah.
Scully, and granted, once again, this goes towards
What's her face?
the nerdy, she's the hot thing. Yeah, we get it. But Dana Scully, kind of like Cleve Starling. Actually, I put those two characters pretty close to each other. I really think about it. Yeah,
You did. Silence of the Lambs.
we didn't get. Once again, goes towards the type of material you get with women. They're the mom types, the hot ones, the ugly but hot ones. Hollywood sucks.
Mhm.
Let's just be fucking flat honest. And I always say this in terms like we're talking about race, talking about gender, whatever. If we allowed people to just do what they can do as opposed to be pigeonholed into certain fucking things and being stereotypes, we'd be so much fucking better off in terms of just how society is in general and fucking entertainment. It's really fucking depressing that we have a list of strong women. Most of it's just they kicked a lot of ass on screen.
Yeah, but I mean, in that respect,
Like,
I also
it's-
kind of want to disagree with the idea of Clarice Starling being in that list also.
Barbed wire
she
should be
was
on the list.
She, barbed wire. I mean, she's it's an interesting character. I don't know. I don't think I see Clarice Starling as strong. She pines
She
over
was
the serial
super
killer.
smart. She
was super smart, but then she got lucky when she turned around in the middle of the dark and shot the bad guy. All right, cool.
Yeah.
I feel like you might be underselling Clarice Starling a little bit. She had a very tough past. Obviously, they go into a little bit more in the book, but in the movie, they do deal with it.
Has anybody watched the series?
This
No,
guy gets super strength. He can fly in the
abso-fucking-lutely
air. You
No.
can fucking X-ray vision. Big deal.
Once I found out that CBS wasn't able to use certain characters, it was like, why bother?
Yeah, that's just dumb.
That's dumb. There's no point. It was like Superman not being able to have fucking Lois Lane or Clark Kent. I have no desire to watch that.
Yeah.
How about the entire computing department in Hidden Figures?
Yeah, good call. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They still replay her talking to Costner about having to run back and forth to the bathroom when she fucking flips out on the entire thing. On the entire crew.
I just wish they didn't put the music behind it.
Every fucking time.
What were the two movies that they kept mixing up that year at the Oscars? It was Hidden something. Like, remember there was like
It was Fences.
Hidden Fences.
Yes.
Fences.
Hidden Fences.
'Cause there was like two prominent black movies that were nominated for Oscars, and they kept fucking it up.
It was no Thunder Force.
Oh boy, I haven't seen that.
Wow.
Don't.
Is it? It's not even worth a peek.
No.
Okay.
I like how you're calling it thunder thighs.
Okay.
And honestly, that wasn't on purpose.
Mm.
That was that's what the fucking movie is. Let's be real.
I got through about 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I
I made
gave
it
up
at that
though. You didn't finish it.
No, I was like,
No, it's bad.
Okay.
I mean, I made it through 15 minutes of fucking what was that? The prank movie that with
Bad Trip.
Yeah. 15 minutes of that. I was like, yeah, no, this is that's gonna be no.
That's gonna be a no for me, dog.
It's not good.
So there's plenty of
funny
strong,
shit.
and there's definitely some
Sprinkled in, and
There's a ton
What were you saying, Jim?
There's just to close it out. You know, there's a ton of strong female characters that are throughout all of cinema, and they've all got their own merits. They've all got their own faults, but overcoming them is the big, thing that they all hold together is to be able to see them do that. I'm gonna put her out on this. There is a larger list of characters that we have in here, and they all have their good, merits. We look Foxy Brown, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. We even put Furiosa from Mad Max Fury Road.
Fuck yes.
Yeah, I go Charlize in multiple movies because even in what was the one with Rogan? Where she's the candidate. She was great in that.
Oh, fuck me.
It's such a
Long
good
shot.
movie.
Long shot.
Shot. That's
Really
such an
good.
underrated movie, and she's a great, fully realized character in that movie. We talk about Hollywood like not being great about, fully developing characters, especially for people of color or women. That is a fully that role has a lot more to it than just pigeonholing her into one type. Really great movie, and I think she's had several films where you could say she's the strong, badass woman, including
Blonde.
Mad Max and Atomic Blonde. Yeah,
Yeah, we had a lot of television characters that were also in here as well. Xena, Veronica Mars, Lucy Ricardo,
Yes.
and
yo, what
I
about Joe from Facts of Life? Come on,
I love her.
strong.
Sell me on it.
Just
Nell Carter.
taking care of everybody's families. No, Carter.
Shirley Hempel.
No, don't talk shit about Shirley now. Come on.
Dude, she's the best.
She's
the
fucking
best.
yes.
She's Florida Evans.
Ooh.
Come on.
Something I could definitely agree with that definitely puttered out by the end of the fucking series because, oops, we lost Kevin Spacey, but Claire Underwood on her own
Yeah.
was a fucking badass in her own right through that field. Yeah.
Cersei.
Oh yeah, the Game of Thrones characters, a lot of strong female characters throughout the series. We talked about Charmed once or twice.
I gotta say, I'm sorry. Blanche, Dorothy, Rose, and Sophia.
The Golden Girls.
Golden Girls. I'm not letting this shit in before we say those names.
Fair enough.
Cheers to the Golden Girls.
I've been watching a ton of Golden Girls lately. I
Hulu.
think. What?
Yeah.
Is it on Logo in the morning?
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah. Getting ready.
Kevin knows the whole logo schedule.
Suck 5 dicks and
Is that how you get the subscription? Or?
The Sex in the City characters.
I'm getting it there. What?
I had an issue with the Second in the City characters. Which,
You have an issue with them? Go ahead.
I love the show after maybe like the middle of the second season. Because at first it just wasn't for me, obviously, but I didn't really like where they were going with the characters and the way they did like the breaking the fourth wall and shit like that, as the street interviews. When they got into the actual heart of the show, it's a great fucking show, and then you get to the movies, and I think the movies kind of destroyed the fucking show for me. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
But I'm still gonna say that I don't really remember very many, maybe except for Blanche from Golden Girls. Women that just could have sex, and that was it. They were just having sex.
Andrew Buganos brings up a good point. What about the hot chick from Buck Rogers?
Oh my God, Linda Gray?
Yeah,
or Aaron Gray.
Aaron Gray.
But yeah, all right, yeah, but
Linda Gray.
But what about
Dangerously close to Lorraine?
the hot chick from Buck Rogers?
You know what?
I
You know
totally
what's
would.
ironic is, or coincidental. taking it back to Q. I was just watching
What?
Jason Goes to Hell, the final Friday.
Yep.
And she plays Jason Voorhees' sister in
Yep.
that movie, Erin Gray.
Yep.
The hot chick from Buck Rogers.
It all comes full circle. Like a
one,
cue.
before the last one I want to mention before we sorry, Jim, is what's her name? Matilda Lutz in Revenge.
Oh,
Wow.
Fucking cool.
There you
Yeah,
go.
That's a great movie. That's
Mhm.
a great fucking movie.
Yeah.
So much fun. And she's badass in that. Holy cow.
She's unbelievable.
Strong.
And Thelma and Louise. That's
Well,
a common sense one.
Terrible drivers.
Sure.
Talk about.
Gina Davis
Well,
in the League of Their Own.
No way. What are you gonna do? Yo, League of Their Own is a badass fucking movie. I fucking love that.
Yeah,
know what
it's
I
a
think-
great movie.
You know what I think is a really strong character in A League of Their Own. I can't even remember her name. What? Stillwell Angel's mom. She goes on the,
Yeah,
Beverly.
she has to deal with
Oh,
that
shit.
little-
Beverly. Beverly.
she goes on
Beverly!
the road with that awful kid, and she's still like she makes it work. Everyone wants to murder him, but she makes it work.
And she has the self-control to not beat the shit out of that kid.
I don't even have that self control. I want to beat the shit out of my kids most of the time, and I'm not on a freaking bus playing baseball.
And you know, just to find out the end of her story when she asks, like, so where's mom? Mom died.
He's still awful as an adult.
Right.
And Susan Sarandon in Bull Durham too is a woman who just knows what she wants, takes charge of her own life, doesn't care what anybody else thinks. I mean, it's I don't know. There's something about that's respectful. Like she lives the life the way she wants to.
I'm partial to Susan Sarandon, and that's my boy.
You. This motherfucker.
Fucking course. All right.
Yo,
That's-
that part.
that's
that
how we
part
would
where
close.
the New Kids on the Block tattoo has grown into giant heads on his back is one of it's one of the hardest times I've laughed watching a movie.
God damn it.
Well, that's one way to end it.
I celebrate R-rated Sandler.
God damn it. Wow. All right.
Well,
If we forgot anybody,
he's going straight from the
remind us
bottle.
in the comments.
yeah,
Yeah,
put
so
it in the
much.
comments. Put it on the Facebook page. Let's, keep the
I'm
discussion
sure we
going.
did, since we said "what's her face" about 17 times.
Wonder Woman.
This was a lot
Yeah.
of the comic book characters recently.
11.
Yep.
Right.
Stranger
Right.
Things.
Yeah, I mean, you can, the list is endless, and they don't get talked about nearly enough. And
We're-
there's some of the that when a female character is well rounded, they are literally the best characters on it.
Yeah, I mean,
Maud.
Wonder Woman Carter and Wonder Woman Gal Gadot. You've got Wonder Woman being a strong woman for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the character. Absolutely.
Yeah, as of lately, they're being more applauded, and that is a shame in itself. But they're being brought more to the forefront in the more recent years. Sad that that's the truth, but that is the truth, and it's good to see good characters, let alone female characters, being put out there. Continue giving it to us, please. Write better.
Yeah. The original Aunt Viv.
Just shot every time. Well, thank you, Govs Radio.
Thank you.
Check out all the shows on Govs Radio. Go to govsradio.com. Start listening to the show on govsradio.com. They really put a lot into the website.
Mhm.
You can still go on the message board there and interact with everybody. It's pretty cool. We'll return next week. I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I mean, Mortal Kombat comes out, but we'll probably have not.
I think
Kombat.
it comes
Are
out
we doing
on the
Oscar
23rd.
We're doing the Oscars.
Oh, the
yeah,
Oscar
most
talk,
likely, yeah.
right?
Yes.
Right.
I'm not
Okay.
here next week, so can you guys leave Mortal Kombat to the next week?
Yeah, we'll
We
wait
will.
for Mortal.
Mortal Kombat is coming out on the 23rd, the day that we do our show on Friday nights.
I'm
so
sure I can wait.
Oh shit! I'm sorry. I got one more strong woman. It's a strong black woman. It's today's her birthday. Happy birthday, Kiss Me. That's my sister.
Oh,
Oh,
happy birthday.
beautiful.
birthday.
Happy birthday.
Nice.
Aw.
All right, so Oscar talk next week.
Yes.
We'll do that. We'll wait for Mortal Kombat. And thank you, everybody. Carla, by the way, I don't know if it's sold out yet. Probably is hosting tomorrow in the main room in Levittown for Colin Quinn.
Come hang
That's
with me,
love.
Colin Quinn, if you can sneak in the back door.
Make it happen.
I'll be in the
So-
back door.
Prop it
That's
open.
to her. And we will see you guys next week.
Cheers, guys. Have a good night.
Cheers.
Think I know how it's gonna go. I think I know how it's gotta be. And I take all responsibilities. All these lyrics, what you think of me. Nice to know you. Well, I don't need to tell you. So I won't even bore you or pretend. Please believe me.
Thanks for watching Films on Tap. We'll be back live every Friday night from 9 to 10:30 and catch all of our previous shows on demand right here on govsradio.com. You can also tune in next time using the Boxcast app to watch us on your phone, tablet, or TV streaming device as well. Check out our featured band Playing Dead on Facebook and Spotify for more of their music, and be sure to subscribe to Films on Tap with Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for any upcoming events, comedy shows, movie reviews, and additional content. And again, thanks for watching. Cheers.